What's going on, guys? Christian here from CK Wraps. I know it's been a long while, and for those of you who don't know, we've had a couple of boys, twins boys, and they're about 6 weeks old. Definitely didn't have them by myself, so I had to add we in there. But been keeping me super busy, and here we are back with another YouTube video in the full swing of things and showing you how to do installations. Now, I have a new brand that's just hit the market. They have a staggering 400 plus colors, which is pretty impressive. I don't know a single other brand that has that many colors, and almost mind-boggling to even choose from them. But hey, they're actually amazing. I'm going to show you two of them today. Hopefully, you can help me decide which color I'm going to be rewrapping my Jaguar in, my F-Pace, and leave some feedback in the comment section below. And if anyone's looking for those 4K How to Vinyl Wrap videos in super detail with an open forum discussion board, I'm giving away 1 month free on my website, ckwraps.com. The link is in the top corner and the description below for you guys. Check it out. If you're serious about it, sign up. Nothing really to lose. Doesn't cost a fortune, that's for sure. Now, I'm gonna be wrapping the hood, the fender, and possibly the mirror. See how much time we have here. The hood, we've done lots of hood videos, so I figured it'd be nice to spice it up a little bit with obviously a fender video. The fender's almost ready to go, but we're gonna put down the two different colors that I have here. I forgot the names. I will put the names of these colors in the description below. I'll just show it to you actually. So here's one, and personally, I like this one a lot. I'll bring the camera in or you'll see way more detail of this. Now this film it's an ultra gloss. It has a PET liner, which means it has a plastic release liner. I've cut some bits away here just for sample purposes, just to see what it was like. But just to kind of not cut my finger off here to show you what we're talking about here. So the PET liner is a plastic release liner. That's that little tiny piece right there. There is a cap sheet right there. That's the clear one, the really clear one. And then there's the vinyl in between. Now, the brand that I'm talking about here is Aura Vinyl Wrap, and they actually have they have a pretty cool website. They have amazing colors. So on their website, they actually have a wrap generator. I don't know what you want to call it. So basically you can see the wraps on a vehicle, and they actually use an Acura NSX, which is pretty cool. Because I've wrapped one of those before. But so they have this vehicle there, and you can spin it around 360. You can go up and down, bird's eye view pretty much, and you can see what the color looks like on a car. Pretty awesome. So that's a huge plus when it comes to actually trying to decide, since there are over 400 colors. That's insane. I don't even know where I would start. So I'm just gonna choose a couple and see how this goes. Now, this film, I'm certain it's gonna look amazing. And honestly, this is definitely up my alley. As you can see, there's still a wrap on the vehicle, and let's just peel this off. Everything came well packaged. Links to their website and everything else is gonna be in the description below for you guys. So let's peel this off, and you can see that the cap sheet has done its job in protecting. There's lots of scuffing on the exterior, and you definitely wanna keep something like this super smooth looking without any scratches. Oops, let's get this off. Cool. That is a freaking beauty. I don't even know if this is catching the light. Let's just move that really slowly. I think it is. That's amazing. Now, this is definitely right up my alley as far as colors go. I like sleek, sexy, subtle, and these ultra gloss finishes are super desirable these days. People want them. They look better than paint, and this is crazy. So the paint on the Jag is actually pretty crappy. All right, let's get into the next one. This is, I'm pretty sure I remember this one. This is iridescent white, I believe, not silver. So let's cut this one. Let's cut a piece of this one off. And obviously, it didn't come cut up like this. I just cut pieces off, as I said before. Again, this has a cap sheet. Now, this is pretty crazy as well. The fact that this is so glittered, I don't even see any scuffing, but I guarantee you there's probably is some there. So it's great to have the cap sheet on it. Let's peel this off. And you can see that crazy rainbow that this has. Two main differences between these two films. Now, does this one need to be ultra gloss is the question. Because of such a heavy metallic flake, does it need to be ultra gloss? Most likely not. because it hides. Like you wouldn't be able to see it no matter what anyways. So I actually just threw the part away that I wanted to show you guys. All right, so this is on a paper release liner. Pretty standard, you know, any major brand in the industry is using a paper release liner for the most part on many of their colors. And that means like anything that's cast vinyl basically is using a paper release liner. The paper release liner doesn't make the gloss as glossy. It helps to make the film less glossy or more orange peeled. Now, again, not that you can tell so much in this finish. And I may end up doing this one on the hood because the hood I'm actually going to kind of time lapse a little bit. You know, I've done lots of hood wrap videos. We're gonna do the fender, you know, full detail walkthrough, but you know, maybe I'm just gonna do this one on the hood, show you guys, and on the fender, you'll be able to see what this one is, because I'm pretty certain, unless you guys can convince me, that I'm gonna choose this color for the new wrap on the Jag. Anyways, I really like it. You can actually find this color on the NSX on the car wrap generator, which is amazing. It looks amazing on the website. Again, it's all there in the links below, guys. Let's peel that, let's throw that away, and let's get right into it. So I've already gone to the liberty of removing the wrap from the front fender and prepped the hood, and we're gonna throw down some vinyl. Okay, guys, I have my film, on the Tremax Pro. We're gonna give this a cut. We're gonna cut it off, make it nice and even. So let's get rid of this piece. And I'm just gonna leave that there, hanging on the side. And then we're gonna cut out about 74, 75 inches, which is enough to do the entire hood. So we're gonna roll this sucker out. Here we go. Now the cap sheet on top is gonna make it feel a little bit more rigid. And what's important is that you roll this up nice and tight once you're done. So I'm gonna pull this out a little bit more actually. And we have a nice counter on the left side, so it's perfect. You can focus on that. We're at 60 inches, so start rolling it up a bit. Here we go. All right. You don't want to crease it. Obviously, you want to maintain the finish. Let's go a little bit more, 74-ish, probably all right. There we go. Give that a cut. Boom. Okay, guys, I have another product, and you can use it if you want to. I figured I'd give it a whirl. It's Tack Reducer from Aura. So, is the film high tack? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't even tried it. All I did was cut off a couple of small pieces and see just what the finish looked like without the cap sheet on it, and more or less what the adhesive was like, and so on. Now, this is Tack Reducer, and this is gonna lower the tack to make the installation as simple as possible. I'm all for making things easier. Why not? Something like this won't cost you very much. Again, all that stuff will be in the description below. I'm gonna show you how to apply it. I already know how to apply it. And since the film isn't pressure sensitive, and most aren't, this is gonna make it a lot easier. Let's move our cut piece out of the way, actually, and apply this to the actual hood itself. Now, typically you want to stay out of recessed areas, which means a recessed area would be anywhere where the film would bridge a gap and you'd have to stretch it in. You know, maybe here, maybe not, but like definitely here. So we're gonna avoid those areas, but I guarantee it's still gonna stick. You know, it's not like Tack Reducer is so strong that it's not gonna stick at all. This is going to simply, it comes with a sprayer. I like to control the application a little bit more. I like to keep it away from the edges. So all I'm gonna do, just to show you, is dab it on. Maybe do like 4 or 5 dabs, kind of make a little square or so, like that. Oops, kind of off camera. There we go. And we're gonna apply this, not close to the edge. So I'm gonna come down maybe 3 or 4 inches from the front edge, about 2 to 3 inches from the top edge. And I'm gonna section off this area here. And you wanna fill in basically all square inches, or every square inch if you're trying to apply this. Now I'm gonna skip over the gap. Let's come down here. Let's come all the way to this edge, up, and then again, same thing, straight down again. And I don't even think that I need to apply any more of this to the cloth. I probably do the whole hood with whatever I just put on there. This is great a product like this is great for horizontal surfaces like your hood, your roof, maybe the top of the trunk, and so on. If you have an exceptionally large roof, definitely going to be helpful with anything that's not pressure sensitive. Like I said, then that's like 95% of films that are on the market. So, you know, I love using this stuff. I use it all the time with chrome wraps. So it's the only way I can actually get it done nicely. But yeah, here we go. So back and forth motions, make sure we're covering all of those square inches. Now this is going to dry to a haze. You don't want to put the film down on it when it's wet. It shouldn't be wet anyways. I did put one more dab on this. I don't know, just habit, I guess. I probably didn't need it. I mean, a bottle like this is probably gonna last you like 100 cars or more. Cool. Now you notice that I didn't put any on the sides, on the very sides. Don't need to. We're near an edge and the film is basically gonna hang off of here, so don't need to put it there. Cool, let's throw this cloth on top of the car and roll the film out. I keep the bottom edge of the film at the bottom edge of the hood, so when I roll the film off, or when I roll the release liner off, it doesn't cause dirt to come underneath because I roll from the top to the bottom. Great, this car is not magnetic, only the doors are actually. So I'm gonna peel off a corner here, we're gonna get things in place, and it's pretty wild. I'm not sure how much you guys can see that, but that's pretty wild. All right, make sure things are about equal on each side. And I'm not coming up very high past the top corners, about an inch, maybe less. All right, we're gonna get that cap sheet off. Just double check this side here. The edge of the hood. Oh, we could use more film on this side, so I'm gonna lift that corner over there. This is what you do when you don't have magnets, super easy. Just keep everything in place. Slide this back a bit more this way. And give myself about 3 inches on each side, which should be pretty balanced considering the amount of film that I did cut. Nice, we're good. All right. Cool, stick that down. All right, let's take the cap sheet off. Here we go. Now, that might have been a nice sound to hear. I have no idea what that sounds like on camera, but this has to be removed. As you can hear, it's very crunchy, it's very hard. Cannot be installed with it on. That has to come off. It's more for shipping purposes. Let's install this, let's see how it goes. I'll put a timer there for you guys in case I decide to time lapse this and keep things as simple and as short as possible for the video. I have a lot of extra film on the front here, so I'm actually gonna trim some off. Perfect. Throw that inside the car. And let's roll this bad boy underneath. We want to get this flattened out. So all I did was just throw that paper away. We want to get this flattened out a little bit better. As you can see, it's sitting a little bit high on the window, so we're going to trim this away. Edge of the hood is important to know where that is. We're going to trim a bunch of that away so that it sits better near the window. Now, why don't I trim that when the paper's still on it? Well, because we're going to create dusting. Awesome. This is wild. Like, this is cool. All right. Flatten it out a bit. Wow, that lifted really nice. Wow, that stretches really nicely. Wow. Okay, it's like already done. Check that out. Let's bring you in even more. Oops, let's get you in a little bit more. And let's get you angled down slightly, right about there. I think we're gonna be good. All right, cool. That's lifted really nicely. It's sticky enough. Like I feel sticky, it's sticking to my hands, no problem. Wow, that is nice. All right, let's come out here. All I'm doing is creating some glass, guys. That's it. And you can easily do that with this type of film. You're not gonna hurt it. Let's go back out to this corner again over here. Check out my wrinkles. They're all running in the right direction. It's perfect. Let's go back into the middle. Beauty. Look at that. Not even a heat gun used. Not to say that I won't need one, but not yet, at least. That's beautiful. Now, I like to use a little bit of detail spray when it comes to installation. So I'm going to mist the surface, or just mist my squeegee, and this helps the squeegee glide a little bit better. It's usually better to mist your squeegee as opposed to the surface. Now we want to come right in here, squeegee all of that air out, especially over the large flat area. It's super, super, super important. Okay, we're gonna get this done real fast, more like real time, okay? We're gonna lift that up, just allow the air out more freely. Helps me work faster. Cool, every film you need to do that with pretty much. Doesn't matter what the brand is. It just makes you go a lot faster. I didn't come right down to the front end, is probably something you noticed. I'll deal with that in a second. And I'm only coming up to the body line right here, as some of you also may have noticed. Beauty, that part's done. All right, let's flatten this out a little bit more. Again, I always like to go with the largest, flattest area, squeegee all that out before we get into anything too crazy and doing all the rest of it. Amazing. Now, can we stretch into the recess? Of course we can stretch into the recess. Why not? This is not a very deep recess. You may see an odd imperfection here and there. I didn't wrap the vehicle soon enough, or soon before I wrapped it, so we ended up with some stone chipping, is what it is. I should have wrapped it earlier. Okay, we're gonna squeegee out again all of this nice large flat area right here. Beauty. Squeegee all those out. Nice. Super, super nice. Now, I like to get in here. We're gonna pre-shrink the film. I know that it's going to pre-shrink because all films pre-shrink, doesn't matter what the brand is, again. You're gonna see it moving, right? Isn't that a lovely little thing? We're gonna take care of some of these little peaks right here. Nice. That gets rid of those. And we're gonna work the air out the top. So we're gonna keep going. You're gonna see all of that move. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. You see all of that move at the top. It's just the vinyl shrinking. Beauty. I'm going to catch up some of this area over here since it since it wanted to touch the hood. We're going to get the air out of that. And then we're going to squeegee into the recess. So this isn't going to pre-shrink anymore. You see that? Unless we add tension to it, then things may change again. I'm going to open up that end right there, and we have a little bit more pre-shrinking to do up here. Here we go. Oh, a little bit more down here. Yep, cool. I just missed it all. There we go. I prefer to use my hand. I'm going to use the ball of my hand to go into the deepest part of the recess while adding a little bit of warmth from the heat gun. Boom, done. Now, why didn't I lay in? You don't need to lay into this recess. This is not a deep enough recess to have to lay into with any film, doesn't matter. Okay, so make sure you're being very thorough and getting all of that air out. That's another very important thing because you don't want to leave any air behind. Again, I'll just open the back end and let the air out more freely. Bada bing, bada boom. It's beautiful. All right, let's finish this up on this side. And the cutting and stuff I'll save for the actual fender, but we're gonna get this down the hood in no time. Check this out, super, super, super easy. Now, what do I need to do here as far as getting rid of this goes? We're just gonna shrink it, no worries. I know that it's going to. I did cold stretch it, and it's gonna pre-shrink. We're gonna get it right into that little recess without even stretching it in at all. Beautiful. Give you a much better camera angle on the other side. All right, come over the top edge. Make sure that's nice and rounded. Perfect. And we're gonna lay the film into this recess really beautifully, just like that. Oops, I made a small little, almost a crease, almost, not quite. Okay, once we get into the recess, we can then stretch out slightly. We don't need to pull hard. We're just gonna add a slight bit of tension. And remember, I didn't put any tack reducer here, so look, that's lifting really, really nicely, guys. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit more heat. And I'll show you this way closer on the other side. This just kind of gives two different perspectives. Add a slight bit of tension, just a tiny, tiny bit. Barely pulling this at all. Like, if I was to say how much I'm pulling it in like strength, I don't know, like ounces, not even like a half a pound worth of tension on that. Beautiful. Here we go. Working our way down. That squeegee is magnetic, so you can see that things are not magnetic. Working our way down or up to the top. This is pretty standard when it comes to, oops. So give that a second to cool. There we go. You don't want to lift the film up. You can see I'm only using, look, I'm not even using my thumbs. You don't want to lift the film up when the film is hot. It's not good. It will end up stretching it as you lift it. It's really not good. Cool. We're working our way all the way down. I'll get you right in on the other side, guys. You're not gonna miss a thing. You're gonna see all of this. Always also be careful when you do heat. You have to give, if you heat too much, you have to give the film time to cool down. So again, I'm just laying in super nicely. Absolutely zero glue lines, which is another beautiful thing. There's a lot of there's brands out there that are supposedly top dogs that can't even compete with that. Supposedly, as I said, right? Had a little tiny wrinkle there. We'll just fix that guy up and let's go along. Laying in. Man, this side went so well. I feel like I should have brought you in on this side. The hood looks wild. It's maybe a little bit too wild for me. My personal taste, personal preference, right? Again, pre-shrinking the film, just letting it kind of stick to my fingers a little bit, keeping it slightly tight, letting it cool slightly, and then we're gonna get in there and finish that up. When you heat the film enough to basically pre-shrink it, you wanna most likely give it anywhere from like 5 to 8 seconds or so. It's not that long. Don't be impatient. This is not a job of people. It's not a job for people who are impatient. Let's put it that way. Let's bring you right into the other side, right over here, and show you what's going on. Okay, guys, we're over on the other half. Let's lift this section up right here, and I'm just gonna free up these wrinkles. Let's fix them. There we go. Keep them tight. And not 100% certain about that, so there we go. Nice and tight. There we go. That's what I like. Cool. Let's fix up this last one right here. Nice. And then let's come up to the top corner by lifting there. There we go. Wow, this stuff actually stretches really well without adding any heat. So I'm just pulling up to the top corner, locking it in as always. Super, 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 super important. Now I'm gonna mist my squeegee one more time, and we're gonna squeegee out the recessed area. Cool. So we're gonna get into squeegeeing out all of this. And then again, where the film is touching the surface, you wanna lock that in and get all of the air out. And keep a little tension at the top right here. And I think that we're good. I think that we found our high points. And Let's finish that off right there. Amazing. I'm just double checking to make sure this is all on camera. So my hand, cool. I'm only looking at a 2-inch screen or whatever the size that is. It's not very big. Cool. Again, we're gonna heat all this. You're gonna see all of that move. Watch it move. Now, when that happens, when you get those really pointy ones, just use your hand. Squeegee is not really good for that. Your finger applies more pressure, so it's better. See how close my heat gun is, but it's constantly moving. This way, I don't have to wait forever for things to happen. And as you get better or more comfortable, you'll go closer and you'll go faster. You'll be faster at this. Okay, we got some air in there. Cool, it all went away really, really nicely. That's cool, that went away. Now we're making contacts right around here. So I'm gonna, again, tighten all that up. Again, the heat gun has to be moving. We're gonna get all of this air out as well. Oh, let's push that bubble right up. There we go. I think that this side was a little bit different as far as the high points go. I kind of miscalculated that. That's okay though. It didn't change anything. All right, let's go from the bottom. Heat it one more time, come through, and then add warmth and pass through with the ball of your hand so you don't miss any air. And press firmly. I find a lot of people who wrap or who come to the workshops don't actually press hard enough. And that's a super common beginner thing. Okay, we're gonna squeeze all that air right. Look how easy that comes out. Wow. It's not even getting stuck at all. I don't think I missed anything, which is unlike me. Especially when I'm moving quickly like that. Nice. All right. Beauty. Now I have one little bubble down there at the very front that I didn't get. That's all good. That's all done. Let's do this area right here. We're gonna shrink it up and layer in there. Let's do it. So by laying it in, I'm lifting and alleviating tension. We're heating due to pre-shrinking. Or sorry, to cause pre-shrinking. And we're gonna take care of all these little peaks. Make sure that's a nice smooth line, amazing. And again, keeping the film, a little bit elevated. You can touch underneath as long as your hands are not dirty or greasy. Okay, that's good. We're gonna roll this line really nicely like this, watch this. Oh, it's gliding so beautifully right now. And we're in the recess already. So that's the deepest part of the recess. From here, we have so many options. Okay, let's follow along and let's keep things kind of in sync for a little bit. Cool. And then I don't even think I have to add heat. We're at a point where I think that may not even need heat at all to finish this off, which is ideal for me personally. I like to kind of skip the heat. Oh, I got a small crease over there, so I will have to heat. And you know what? I'm just gonna do it. So we're gonna do a larger area. Start from my hands, work my way in. Nice. And then just let it stick to my fingers. Keep it a little bit tight. And all it's doing is sticking to my fingers, guys. It's not doing anything else. Fingers are powerful here, you know. They can do a lot without actually trying. Think about that as you want. So that kind of sounded funny, I guess. All right, here we go. Lift that up. Again, tiny bit of heat. Look at this. I'm not even moving my hand. Beautiful. I'm gonna come over to the other side. Just keep that slightly tight. Very gentle. Helps preserve the gloss finish. Helps preserve our edges to ensure that, you know, nothing ever lifts. If we don't have tension at the edge, nothing will ever lift. All right, let's finish this up as far as the rest of the way goes. And I will give you a quick run over of what this hood looks like. Then we're gonna move on to the fender. Yeah, that's nice. All right, cool. That was easy. I have no idea how long that actually was in length. due to the talking at the beginning, but that looks pretty wild, right? That looks amazing on camera. Check that out. All right, so let's check it out. Let's check out the gloss. Even with the paper, look at the reflection of the light, okay? That's what we're looking for. Look at the bars. They're good. So even with a paper release liner, this is still a lot better than many other extremely reputable brands on the market these days, or extremely well-known brands, reputable, whatever, well-known. So the clarity is great for how heavy the metallic is in this film. Look at this. Wild. I would call this thermal. That's cool. That is super, super, super cool. Again, I don't know if it suits my style, but for those of you who like crazy, wild stuff, and then this will draw attention, no problem at all. You got a really nice gloss finish, and you have this crazy eye-grabbing material or color. I'm gonna move on to the fender. I'm gonna trim this out, move on to the fender. You've seen many hood wraps. I don't need to really show you this. I don't think that I do, at least. Go check out another video if you're interested in how to actually do all the edges and the corners and stuff like that. And we're gonna get the fender down, and I'm gonna find the color name for you before I even do it. Let's get to it. All right, guys, we are back, and we are going to wrap the front fender in Aura Vinyl Gloss, Ultra Gloss, Blood Red. You're gonna see that this color probably suits my style because you can kind of see a comparison between what's on the vehicle right now versus what we're about to lay down. This is the piece, and I have the color facing the vehicle because I don't want to pick up contaminants and transfer it to the fender. Now, before we even do this, I'm going to show you that we're not using tack reducer. So I have isopropyl alcohol here. You can see this is a clear solution, okay? And we're going to wipe the fender down just because I want you to know that I'm not using tack reducer in this situation. I have no idea how this is going to install, to be honest. I'm just going to wet the cloth. It's easier this way. All right. And I want you to see that there is nothing extra here. I'm stripping it right now, if there is. There's nothing extra here that's going to make this easier. So we're gonna do both. And to be honest, I couldn't tell you if the iridescent white with a paper release liner is less tacky than the one that has the PET liner. So, whatever. We're gonna see how it goes. You can see that I've done some masking. Masking is very important. We need to mask off the headlight. We need to mask off the quarter pillar because this allows us to tuck into areas that are harder to get to and also help protect those areas as well. Let's remove the film from the door. Let's bring it over. And this is it right here. It's beautiful. I honestly love it. I'm not trying to persuade you to persuade me. I'm just really a fan. But hey, let me know what you think either way. All right. The lengthwise, we've already measured. We've made sure that things are where they need to be as far as the length goes and as far as the height goes. So we're gonna make sure that we have enough on top and we have plenty on the bottom. Cool. We want to try and keep this as straight as possible, and I'm going to trim off excess. Now I have a lot here on the front, so I'm going to trim that off straight down. This is how I like to do things. You can do things however you want to. We're going to take that, place that on the hood, if it even stays there, because it's, yeah, cool. We're going to stick a corner down on this end. Now, I would say to run these films directionally. Obviously, the iridescent white more so important, but even this one, you don't want to change things around too much. This still has the cap sheet on it. This color is beautiful. It's like just like, wow. All right. I have no idea how well the camera's picking this up. So first off, we're going to trim away excess. So let's do that. All right. That's more than enough for mirrors and door handles. Always keep your pieces until the very end. This way you have enough. Now, did I mess this up and did this move? This is the question. Or did I leave myself enough in the front end? I did. Okay. Because this did move. It did slide over, and I'm sure some of you did see that. So that's fine. I'm not worried about what's going on the bottom there. I want to move this up. So it's a little bit more difficult as far as the PET liner goes because it slides. It's plastic, it's not paper. So the friction level is less. All right, great, we're all good. The connection between the bumper and the fender is right there. Perfect. Let's remove the cap sheet. This has to come off. Remember, I had shown you this with the hood. It was super easy. I can see that it's gonna come off easily. Oh, almost got it. Cool. All right. Wow. It looks tremendously better with this off. Now, even when I remove the cap sheet, do I need magnets? Let's see. I'm kind of curious because static, look at that, no magnets. Static is so strong. This looks great on the 2-inch screen, and I'm standing like 8 feet away. So the static is so strong that you don't even need magnets. I do highly recommend magnets. I'm just showing you that it could stay there on its own. All right, let's peel off the release liner. Now this film particularly feels more tacky than the last one. Why? I couldn't tell you. Possibly because it's ultra gloss, I don't know. Anyways, let's just stick this to the hood and the actual bumper. Let's not stick this to anything else. It's obviously gonna stick to the fender, but we don't wanna push down on the fender. All right, let's move the magnets out of the way. Let's peel off the rest of the release liner. All right, this color, like, it's just absolutely incredible. Okay, so this is not as soft as the one that's on the hood. That is just, the way things go when it comes to higher end finishes. With a higher end finish, typically you're going to have to work harder for a better result. This is how I always say it. It's like chrome, installing chrome. Okay, it's the highest end gloss finish, basically. So you have to work really, really hard to achieve that. Okay, we're gonna pull this up, and you can see that I have not tacked anything down as of yet. We're gonna bring this back, and I like to do things quickly. Okay, that lifted nicely. And we're gonna bring this right across. So I almost feel like I need more magnets, but that's fine. I'm gonna do this cold. I always prefer to cold stretch. I'm pulling hard, like with almost all of my mites. I'm using my body weight as leverage and so on, because I don't wanna have to heat like this. I'm gonna bring you in before I even touch this, because this is all crazy gloss and this is an insane color. All right, let's check it out, guys. Like, it doesn't even, on my camera it looks orange. I don't know how it's gonna show up when I get it on the big screen, but like, just superb. Okay guys, check it out. You guys can see the reflection. Look at that, Sony 4K, you got it all right there, right? Detail. Look at my shop. There's my entire shop in the background. There's my beater Audi A4. Cool, right? Super nice stuff. All right, so like I said, more difficult to work with. It's not as easy as the one we used on the hood. Now, I'm definitely going to use detail spray on this. Why? I'm just gonna spray it, because I don't want to scratch it at all. So not only that, it's like I have and I sprayed it down this time. You can see that. So I have a very fresh buffer on here. I want to make sure that things are immaculate. We're gonna come through the large flat area. I should have done this already a long time ago, and so should you. You want to squeegee out, it's squeegeeing really well. You want to squeegee out the air that is trapped in the tight areas, meaning that air that is trapped, let's bring this camera in more. When the vinyl is touching the fender, it touches high points, okay? When high points mean that the areas that stick out mostly, it's sticky, okay? This is not like, it's not, oh, that actually lifted nicely. So maybe it was just stuck to the fender on the vinyl on the hood, I don't know. So high points are the areas that stick out, to protrude. The low points are the areas that are everything else that's lower than the high points, to put it as simply as possible. I'm not sure if that describes it very well. But again, if you're looking for more detail on all that, I'm just gonna go to my website, ckrapps.com. Now, let's get into some more detail and get you really close as far as this goes. So I want you to see what's happening. All right. We're gonna lay in, and I'm gonna lift here, right there. There we go. Is this gonna cause any marks or lines or anything like that? I don't know yet. It's too streaked right now. Oh, it's sticky. There we go, pop it up. But I'm used to polymerics. Like this is, this is easy enough to install. Okay, we're way over the hood, so it's just fine. We're good to go. I thought we had more to go, but we don't. Just gonna finish up. I'm lifting off the hood right now. That's why it sounds so terrible. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up the front. So let's finish up the back over here. Let's lay in. I'm a huge fan of laying in whenever possible. It's not always possible, but I'm a huge fan of that. Okay, tension line, tension line, let's cut it and let that drop down, hopefully a little bit more or a little bit more freely. Let's cut there, great, that's gonna go down a little bit better. And we're at the very end, okay, of our fender. Now we're gonna get into squeegeeing the rest. Well, what does that mean? Let's come back a bit and I'm zoom out slightly, sorry, that was in. Let's get you guys into position to see what's going on as far as the rest of this goes. All right, let's go right here. You shouldn't leave your magnets on, quarter pin's on it, magnetic. You shouldn't leave your magnets on the wrap, just letting you know. So if I was concerned, or I wanted to keep the wrap on the car, don't leave your magnets there. All right, let's go and squeegee all this across. We're gonna find the little vents thing, or I don't know what you wanna call it, but it's not really a vent. We're gonna roll this tension line down. I'm gonna follow through, follow through, follow through. I'm not even touching it now. It's just hanging off the car. Beautiful. How easy that was. Cool. All right, what are we gonna do here? Well, we're gonna squeegee some more. Cool, we're gonna get it somewhere around there. Before it gets too crazy, meaning we want to take care of this area before it gets too tight with wrinkles. So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so let's say 6, maybe 7-ish. And we don't wanna have like 20 of them. So we're gonna heat, and actually let's just get you kind of situated a little bit better right there. So we're gonna heat, and we're gonna show you what we're gonna do here. We're gonna shrink the film, okay? I'm not doing anything other than heating, okay? The film is just sticking to my fingers. Cool, we're gonna take that. I prefer you use your squeegee when it comes to doing that kind of stuff, but I use my thumb, I use my thumb there. That's what it is. Cool, all right. Might as well take care of the front end over here. Let's bring you a little bit more around and let's take care of this. Now I've masked 2 layers of tape just so I could be a little bit more fierce with my knife and not waste time, because taping takes a second. Cutting the paint also takes a second, so don't want to do that. Now I will tell you something here. I did loosen the bumper because I'm going to be taking it off to remove the wrap, because I had it off to install the wrap. So I did loosen the bumper on this car. So if you're wondering, so you're going to see like this is actually super loose, and we don't want to tuck that far in. Oh, that's way too much. We just need to be around the edge, guys. Don't go nuts. Don't go crazy here. Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna cut in the gap. Come down, and that comes around. Cool. Let's do, so as opposed to doing the headlight area, we're gonna actually go down here. And this is my preference, is we go right down here. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna heat it, I'm gonna shrink it. Cool, that's looking really nice. Come past, make a pass through. And we're underneath, so that's all I need. Boom. Around the corner, let's do that. Great. And we can actually do a whole whack of this. So let's do, I was just looking back at the camera, seeing what you missed. You missed about a few inches there. Crazy. Great. All right, we're gonna go right up to the top. And we're gonna finish this piece off as far as cutting away the excess goes. Let's go here. And then I'm gonna lift and cut off the excess film. Perfect. That's gone. Okay guys, I'm gonna put my wrap glove on, and we're gonna do the wheel well area. So let's give this a bit of heat. You're gonna see it again, it move, it's gonna shrink. Super important. See how close I am and how slow I'm going? I'm watching what's happening. Okay, we're gonna roll in from the outside, keeping a little bit of heat on that edge. Keep going around. Let's go bottom corner here. Cool. Oh, I made a wrinkle. Let's fix that. And if you guys want more detailed videos than this, you gotta go to my website, because it's gonna show it all. It's gonna show every last little bit. I don't hide anything as far as wrapping goes. All right, so again, the website is ckWraps.com, in case you guys are wondering. Let's work our way in. Let's go over here. Cool. I'll even show you how it's cut on the inside of the fender on my website. Where did we cut it off? Oh, that's important to know. Anyways, let's work our way around. Cool. Fix all that up. Amazing. Let that cool slightly. Let's get in here and trim off some excess. It's gonna destroy my blade, so I will probably have to snap a new one off. That's how it always goes in this area. Oh, let's make sure we're where we want to be. Cool. Oh, Alexis, there we go. All right, let's heat again. Being thorough is extremely important. This color is stunning. Okay, let's move on to a different area. Actually, since we're here, why don't we just do the vent-ish area? Let's zoom right in. Oops, out. That's in. And let's do this area. Okay, you're gonna see it all move. Check that out, right? It was loose and now it's tight. Why does that happen? It happens because all vinyl shrinks. Wouldn't matter what brand it is, it just happens. Okay, let's do all this. Now, is this area a major concern? No. Why? Because the vent goes back on, right? So we know that we have something, an object that covers the area. It's still nice to do a nice job, you know. Even when I remove my wrap, which I did previously, I wrap this area really nicely. So the next step is to just cut out all the holes. Let's go to the, well, we have two choices here. We can go to the top corner on the door side. Might as well go there. You know what? I'm feeling it right now. Feeling this film too. It's nice. All right. So again, if you want a better perspective than this, it's not going to be on YouTube. And these are not scratches. What you see on the surface here is simply streaking, okay? Streaking caused by using a detail solution. All right, let's get into this area here. I do recommend pre-tucking, which means that we're going to tuck in slightly and then heat. Nice. This film is friggin', it's just dope. It's just wild. Like, I don't know what these guys did, but this is some nice stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna start cutting away on the hood side here. And we're gonna come out, straight out, like that. Cool, see what I did there? We're gonna come in through here, and we're gonna come on the top side of the fender. Now, I do recommend opening the door. My magnets should not be on the door panel. Just, again, take your time. Okay, and come across there. Okay, we're gonna come across the top. And again, if you want to see all of this, guys, it's just not gonna be on YouTube. You just can't put it all on YouTube. It's not possible. There's too many questions, there's too much going on. And I would prefer to have a place, which is why I made a website where I can answer questions. Okay, perfect. It's looking nice. You're gonna see all this when it's done. I'm gonna show you all of these corners, all of these edges, even though you can't see it all right now. I don't beat around the bush. I want you to see it all. Nice. Okay, let's do the corner here. Bada bing, bada boom. And she's done. Oh, just about. There's, now she's done. Gotta open the hood for the rest of it. That's okay. We're gonna do that in a minute. We can just peel this off. Oops. We can peel the tape off so maybe you can get a better view of what's happening here. Now, let's move the camera back a bit. I'm just gonna zoom it in. So, not digitally, I'm gonna optically zoom it because I need to open the door. Okay, so what are we doing with this spot right here? Well, we're gonna heat the heck out of it. And you just saw it move. It shrunk down. We massage it and we're done. It's important stuff, trust me. And I just did something and you guys didn't even notice. And it's not in the video that I described it. And if you miss it, it will make your wrap look pretty crappy. It's okay though. You can still do a good job. You just can't do an expert job without all the details. You need every detail. I'm just gonna pick up the vinyl that fell on the floor. Okay, we're gonna cut this area since it's cold. I always take my glove off when I do this. And I'm gonna snap a blade off. Ooh, I'm running low on blade here. It'll be enough to make it to the end though. All right. Under, super important. That's super important step right there. Okay, I'm gonna cut here. See, I like to be extra thorough. There's a lot of installers out there who just like, yeah, I'm gonna cut it off on the door side and call it a day and just wrap around whatever else. I don't like to do that because I like to be extra. Being extra, it's not a bad thing. All right, that is a beautiful, beautiful corner. Cool, we're gonna move down the door side. So let's move the camera back. I'm gonna zoom out slightly and we're gonna move down the fenders, the door side. Just like that. I threw my glove, I tossed it like kind of like a dummy. Okay, we're gonna work without it. My hands are dry anyways. Ooh, it's hot. Even for my hands. My hands are like, they're just used to this kind of stuff, you know? Nice. It's beautiful. It's just really, really beautiful. All right. Let's get into the front end. We're gonna take this corner right here. We're going to place our thumb right there, and we're going to just seat. We're gonna make sure that the film actually, right now, it's elevated from there. Oops, I wanna put my thumb back down there. Cool, we're good. And look at that, just dropping down all by itself. I don't have to do anything. Done, finished. This corner's done. It's that easy. And that's like any film in the industry. Okay, so we're gonna do some pre-tucking under here, since I know that the paint does show if you don't tuck enough. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's get that. See, I'm using the hard edge of the squeegee. At first, I was using the buffer side. All right, check that out. Look at that. Look at that beautifulness right there. It's spectacular, right? Look at that. Super round. Let's take our knife. Let's do a cut. Again, all this cutting stuff and all this other extra fancy stuff you're wondering about, it's not going to be on YouTube, guys. I can't show it all. Just I need more serious people who really want to know how to do this properly. And that is strictly on the website. Beauty. This is a spectacular corner. Check that out. Look at my finger. You know what? Let's move my finger out of the way. Let's get the squeegee. I haven't even heated it yet. Okay, so when we heat it, it's actually gonna make it better. You're probably like, how's it gonna make it better? Well, it's gonna better in my eyes. It's gonna round everything off really nicely. Okay, so we're gonna go in there, buffer side. Oops. All right. Get all in there. Beautiful. Be careful with your heat gun and the headlight. You can hurt the headlight. It's just plastic. Oh, that is a redo. Check that out right there. That's because my heat gun touched the fender, and I would have to rewrap the whole thing. So in real time, how long did this actually take me? 10 minutes. So whatever. It would drive me nuts that I did that, but it is what it is. So let's get in here and actually heat some of the swirl marks, because there are swirl marks, I'm not gonna lie. And they go away. Absolutely incredible. Oh, little edge lifting there still. Wow. Nothing like a little bit of heat to clear it all up. This is crazy. So instead of using your heat gun, you can use steam, hot water, whatever you want. As long as it's hot. I don't mean like warm, I mean hot. This heat gun is 1,000 degrees. So I will bring you in to view this portion. I'm not gonna eat the whole thing, it's just a waste of time. Still a couple of streaks here and there. That's okay though. Trying to get most, like, I'm trying to heat the scratched area out from the buffer and the squeegee. Cool. That looks mint. Like, it's a huge difference from what it was before I heated it. I don't think that will show up on camera. That's okay though. Okay guys, this is after squeegeeing and after heating the film. Like, I mean, I don't know, like you can see, look at the reflection down here. This is crazy. I didn't even heat this. But it is crazy. How does it get better? It doesn't really get better than this. In the color change world, it's as good as it gets. And off of my experience, you're not going to get better than this in a color change gloss finish. Now, there is aftercare, after coating product, okay? So this edge is not down inside here, and I'm sure you saw that. I didn't wipe away the glue that was, the adhesive that was left over from when I removed the wrap earlier. But aftercare product, ceramic coating. Ceramic coating works fantastic on wrap, but it has to be a wrap coating. It cannot be a paint coating. Why? Because paint density and wrap density are two totally different densities. So, I mean, this is if you don't know much about ceramic coating, they're nano coatings. It's molecules, right? It's very small molecules that fill the pores of an area. So the pores are basically small holes, let's put it that way, of that surface. And if the particles are too big, they don't fill the holes. If they're too small, they go too deep into the holes. So you need something that's actually going to fill the holes and not fall through or sit too much on top. And so Aura has a ceramic coating product. I haven't even opened this yet, actually. I mean, when you have a coating for a wrap, it's a no-brainer. Okay, so that's the bag it came in. I'm sure, like, it looks like it comes with a glove, which is great. You know, you're gonna need that. It has a cloth. And we have a microfiber pad as well as an applicator sponge. This does not take a long time to apply a ceramic coating to a wrap. And I personally like to do 2 coatings. I do ceramic coatings on my wraps often, like probably 1 every 3. That's the bottle. It's 30 milliliters. This is enough to do 2 coatings on at least 4 or 5 cars. Pretty straightforward. It's a no-brainer when it comes to ceramic coating. You're gonna protect the wrap from fading. You're gonna protect the wrap from, bird droppings and tree sap and things like that sticking to it. This is the way to go. If you want an easy aftercare product or an easy to take care of product, as far as the wrap goes, ceramic coating is the way to go. Guys, let me know. I'll just put the hood down so you can see 2 different colors. Let me know which one of these that you think is, let's even bring the camera over more on an angle, because I'm all about that red. That red is wild. So let me know which one of these products you think we should wrap this thing in. Because I did choose these 2 based off of the, hey, wow factor, or like, damn, where'd you get that paint job from? How'd you get this car in that color kind of thing? Because that's what people are gonna ask. This is actually a really popular car. I didn't even know that when I bought it. But people are gonna ask, where did you get that color from? That's this over here. This is holy, I've never seen that before. This is amazing. So either way, is drawing in attention. One, a little bit more subtle. The other one, definitely more drastic. And hey, let me know what you think. Again, Aura Vinyl Wrap, guys, I really, really enjoyed the installation. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought that it felt great. The hood was fantastic. The fender was good. I could have done it even much faster. Sucks that I touched it with the heat gun right there. Hey, we make mistakes. But, I'd have to rewrap it at that point. Guys, I hope the video was informative, helpful, and detailed in showing you how to do this. I look forward to doing more videos for you again on YouTube. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate it. Take care.